Hello, everyone. My name is Derek Tellis, and I'm going to be talking about something that's very, very special. And the question I'm going to ask you is, what's your number? What's your number? What does that mean? Well, everyone has a number. Everyone has a number for their retirement. And in other words, how much do you need to be able to retire coming in per month? What's your number for financial independence? How much would you need to actually be financially independent? What's your number to pay off your mortgage? That's something as well. How much would it take to pay off your mortgage? What's your number to pay off debts? Some people are only thinking about their debts. If they could be debt free, they'd be broke. When they're broke, they'd be happy because they wouldn't owe anything. So just being broke for some people would be important. For others, it would be, it would be something like this week's groceries. Can I afford to buy the shopping this week for the kids, the family, etc.? Double your income is what it's all about. How do we actually have more income than month? What must we do? Well, the first thing is you need to think about leverage, and there are lots of ways of leveraging. And we'll talk about more of them as we go on in the series of videos that we bring up. But one thing that we haven't got is a lot of time. And just to show you, this is an hour clock. Okay, an hour clock, an hourglass hour clock, and it takes an hour for those sands to go from the top, the blue sand to go from the top to the bottom. And every day that's ticking away, every minute, every second of the day that's going. And every time that sand disappears into the bottom, that's time lost. So it's important to actually work out what your number is and then work out how to get there. And that's what we help people do. We help them look at their number, and it's without the number I can't do anything. I can't help you in any way, but with that number I can actually look at ways of actually bringing time forward in a sense, because you can actually start to think about the day you want to retire. It doesn't have to be at 75 if you plan it out right, if you actually get the right things in place before then. I was able to retire probably about 2 months ago now, and having done it is probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. I've been chefing most of my life, 30 odd years, 35 years, working 40 to 60 hours a week. And when you get to my age, I'm 61 now, it does become more difficult physically. Mentally, I'm there. I go to the gym 3 times a week, keeps my body in check. I also train my brain with self-development and being around positive people and people who are succeeding in life. Because again, if you take the 5 people that you most associate with, chances are if you take the salaries of all those 5 people and divide it by 5, you'll end up with where you are in terms of your own history and your own background. So being with people who are positive, being with people who are moving on in life is a very, very important thing. So again, think about this carefully. What's your number? Your number is an important figure. It might be, like I said, just a little bit of money to pay off the debts. It might be a lot of money to pay off the debts. It might be that, like me, many, many years ago, I actually had serious debt problems because I had a heart attack, lost my business, and I had to actually find my way back up. And it took me just over a year, of actually working very, very hard to actually get back to where I was. So it's important to actually think about your number on a regular basis and then plan to work towards it. Now, there's different routes to take. And one of the things I've planned and I've actually worked out is the straightest route possible. Imagine there was a mountain in front of you and you had to climb that mountain. And if you go to the Italian Alps and places like that, the roads go round and round and round the hills. You see the same spots as you go round, as you go around the mountains to get to the top. And if you could find a way, one of those caterpillar tanks or some amphibious animal that could, machine that could actually take you over that, one of the four-wheel drives that could take you in a straight line, that would save a lot of time. And that's what it's about. It's about finding the right vehicle to take you there a lot quicker. And I was talking about double your income. How often do we double our income? Okay, think about it, right? Doubling an income is a massive ask when it comes to just doing a job. But if you're actually looking at other vehicles, other ways, just to double your income is not a very difficult thing. And I can show people how every 5 months we can double your income. And that has significantly made a massive difference to my life, because now I'm living on a passive income, and passive means I don't have to actually go to work to earn that income. That's the important thing, to actually not work to actually earn an income. You do the work once, and then you get paid multiple times. It's a bit like the royalty income that singers get. Famous singers will get royalty income on their records, on their music, on whatever they produce. Same with writers, authors. You look at Harry Potter and how many times that was reproduced, and is still being used to reproduced today, and all the merchandise around it. There's a lot of royalty paid on that, and that's why the author is a millionaire now. She's doing very, very well out of it. So what I talk about and what I teach people is how to find a passive income where you do the work once and then never have to work again, and that income can multiply. Imagine having just double your income now. Just take your income where it is now, and just imagine having double. How much difference would that make to your life? What would that do for you? Would it enable you to maybe go on better holidays? Would it enable you to maybe not worry so much? Maybe buy those organic vegetables that you couldn't afford. Little things like that make a difference, and it's really not a very difficult thing to do, but we just have to have the right mindset. We have the right vehicle, and then the right people to associate with who will help us get there. Because in life, unfortunately, most people don't want you to get higher up than them. They're always trying to keep you behind them, especially people who own businesses, etc. We work very hard for business owners, and we're painting their dreams. In a lot of cases, particularly in retail, they're not necessarily getting their dreams either, because the way things have been affected the last 2 years, a lot of businesses are going out of business, and it's been quite tough. So I like to leave you that thought. Think about your number. Perhaps at the bottom of the chat today in the YouTube, put your numbers, and let me get back to you. Contact me, and I'll help you look at ideas and vehicles to be able to get you to where you want to with your number, and in a time frame that you want and can achieve. The thing is, always remember, it's not a free ride. If you decide you want to double your income in a month, well, then you've got to work much harder than somebody who wants to double their income in 6 months. So again, think about your number and what it might do for you. But I'm serious. You can actually pick a number that you can achieve something in a period of time, and I'm willing to work with you to actually help you achieve that number, and work a program and work a system out for you. Everything I do is for free. I don't actually charge for anything I do, including all these videos. They're not being charged for in any way. There's no service that I'm charging for. So it's important for you to appreciate that, I'm doing this because I had the fortune to meet a mentor over 20 years ago, and I followed him for over 20 years. And because of that, I'm now in a position where I never dreamed the sort of income I earn now is probably about 6 or 7 times more than I earned as a head chef per month. And that's quite sizable. And to know that's going to be paying me regularly and growing into the future makes a massive, massive, massive difference. So thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.